In this video, we are taking a look at the First Berserker, Khazan, a promising new title among the hundreds of Souls-like games that release on a monthly basis. With its dark fantasy world, compelling narrative, and intense combat mechanics, this game has been making waves since its announcement. Welcome to Zinematic Gaming. We will follow our usual preview system of looking at gameplay, story, characters, the world setting, and the main quest, to determine whether this game is worth your time or not. We will also take a look at what people who attended the recent closed beta have reported on the game. The First Berserker, Khazan, is developed by Neopal and published by Nexom, and it's slated to release next year. It can be best described as a hack-and-slash action RPG with Souls-like elements. Having mastery over various weapons and skills in your arsenal will play an important role. There are also the RPG aspects with equipment and perks to build your protagonist into specific playstyles. Combat in Khazan feels methodical yet brutal. The game introduces an exhaustion system where players can drain both health and stamina from their foes. That kind of reminds me of For Honor. Depleting an enemy's stamina opens up opportunities for devastating attacks, allowing players to land powerful hits while regenerating their own stamina. The combat draws clear influence from games like Sekiro, Elden Ring, and it seems to blend these mechanics into a unique experience. Beta players have also stated that it features a robust UI. Many players have reported that they were treated to several features that highlight the game's complexity and depth during the closed beta, such as players start with a dual-wielding axe and sword. The dual-wield tree has skills focused on complete frenzy, encouraging a ruthless and fast-paced play style. But it also has the option to switch to different weapon types, including a greatsword and a spear, each with its own skill tree. The greatsword tree starts off very slow, but has upgrades to make it feel more manageable. It features active skills like Giant Hunt, where you leap into the air and plunge the sword downwards to create AoE explosions. The spear tree requires dexterity to design chain moves to create combos until your stamina runs out. It has active skills like Crescent, where you plunge the spear into the ground to create an AoE damage zone. Combat animations are reported to be pretty good too, which is good to hear as they play a pretty big role in making the combat feel flexible and immersive. Combat is also reported to have nailed the balance between being Souls-like and fun to play. However, some minor performance issues, like micro-stutters during combat, were noted, which developers will hopefully address before the official release. Players can choose specific items for combat, like throwable items in Dark Souls, consumable items like a potion that buffs the player, or maybe even weapon enhancements. We know that there will be build options, with various weapons and armor to craft the perfect killing machine playstyle. You can find gear in the world while moving around, just like Dark Souls. Leveling up involves defeating enemies to earn Lacrima, which can be spent at checkpoints to enhance your attributes like vitality, endurance, willpower. As usual, you lose all of your Lacrima when you are defeated by an enemy. Unique to this game is the mechanic where players can earn skill points even while attempting to defeat challenging bosses. This contrasts with the traditional Souls-like formula and adds a fresh layer to character growth. It will be interesting to see whether it's just for beta or it stays in the full game. The level design in the First Berserker, Khazan, is structured into district regions with multiple checkpoints. The map offers verticality and branching paths, encouraging exploration while maintaining a sense of linearity. However, the game does not have the interconnected worlds seen in Dark Souls. Each region is distinctive and completely detached from one another, so don't expect an open-world game here. The basic gameplay loop is using this shrine to travel to different regions to kill the main boss and return to the shrine. The environments are reported to be well-crafted, visually stunning, and filled with secrets to discover. However, players have reported it's not something extraordinary, never-seen-before stuff. Let's move on to the story. The game is set in the Dungeon and Fighter universe. It originates from the 2005 Dungeon and Fighter video game by the devs of this title. You will play as Khazan. Like many other Souls-like, the game doesn't provide many details. As you progress deeper into the game, the narrative unfolds through dialogue and collectibles. From a war general to a death row inmate after being accused of treason against the Palos Empire. Khazan's backstory is gradually revealed, painting a picture of a hero turned outcast waiting for execution. Anything other than that will take this into spoiler territory. If you are interested, be sure to check out the Fextra Life website, or the game's official website. The game also features common medieval fantasy elements like powerful dragons and magic users, enriched the world's lore. Overall, the First Berserker Khazan stands out as a promising title in the Souls-like genre. However, since we are still in closed beta phase, there's definitely some room for improvement that devs are working on. We will have to wait a little longer to get our hands on this one. What do you think? As an RPG community, I think you guys will be curious about this one. Let me know in the comments. Like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to.